Good morning. Welcome to Money Markets and Motivation with Mike. Our word of the day is meliorism. Meliorism is the belief that the world can be made better by human effort. And meliorism kept her writing letter to her representatives even when change felt slow. So now we move over to our S&P 500 heat map. And it looks like big cap tech is bouncing back. Block is doing well today. CrowdStrike. NVIDIA was up over 2%, pulling back a little bit right now. Micron is up 4.32%. In software, Accenture is up a little over 4%. Energy is pulling back, and some of financial issues are pulling back as well. Now let us go over to our crypto. Got a big bounce in Bitcoin today. It's up over 114. I believe it was pulling back to slightly under that, but we'll take that for now. And so it's a little bit of a mixed picture in the cryptocurrency area. Now we're going to share our screen. So if you're at all concerned about the market being toppy, recession on its way, or the market turning down, a good portion of your retirement portfolio, you might want to think about moving it into an account like this. Goes up when the market goes up, does not go down, and it just keeps ascending higher, and it beats index investing by 5% per year. So if you'd like to learn more about that, please check in with me. That is that. We move over to our charts. This is American Superconductor, gaps up today, gets back to the 10-day moving average and above $60. So with that, we're going to move over to our indexes. NASDAQ is up about 0.5% today. The equal weight is up 0.79%. It gaps up, actually. That's a good sign. S&P 500 is up slightly, up 0.23%. The equal weight on the S&P is up 0.33%. The small cap Russell 2000 is up 0.15%. And Dow Jones is up slightly, 0.12%. Move over to the VIX. The VIX should be down. The VIX, or the fear index, is holding kind of steady. It is actually up 0.19% today. And here's the 10-year Treasury. It's pulling back to its 20-day moving average, looks like, off 1.10%. The 20-year is diving off 1.84%. Now we're going to take a look at aerospace. Aerospace is pulling back into the base, down 0.36%. Nuclear and uranium ETF is up 0.44%. And take a look at Oklo. This is a position that we still have on, up about 6% today. Gets back to its 10-day moving average. And we are moving on to Since we're on nuclear and uranium, take a look at uranium ETF. It is up. CCJ was up earlier. It's pulling back now to the 10-day moving average. And our small miner, uranium miner, is actually up 0.36%. It was down earlier. On to financials. Financials are up 0.32%. KBWB is pretty flat for the day, down 0.32%. Energy pulling back to its 10-day moving average, off a little over 2%. Communications holds at the 10-day moving average, up about 0.5%. Utilities are rising, up 0.16%. Take a look at Talon. Talon gets a nice move here. VST is actually pulling back. Real estate gets a little bit of a bounce, up 0.12 to 1.4%. Home builders doing about the same. Biotech is kind of breaking out of that little area off of its 10-day moving average, up 1.52%. Other biotech gets a nice rise off of its 10-day, up 1.04%. Software gaps up today, up 1.07%. Let's take a look. Yeah, we got a lot of software moving. See if we can bring up ServiceNow. ServiceNow looks like a little gap up above the 10-day moving average. Salesforce up 0.84%. I guess they put Uber in software. Up 0.87%. And Datadog got a nice move there, up 4.51% onto XLK. We got a gap up on technology. It's right at a slow right now, up 0.59%. Infrastructure up slightly. Semiconductors are up 0.54%. Looks like they're getting close to the profit zone. Airlines trying to move up, but still below their 50-day moving average. Industrials up 0.26% today. Healthcare getting above its 50-day, up 0.23%. Consumer discretionary gets above its 10-day, up 0.34%. Take a look at Tesla. Gets into the profit zone and then sells off. And Amazon is the two leaders in this, up 0.89%. Consumer staples is down again, down 0.13%. Building materials is up 0.32%. And finally, we have metals and mining just continues to rise and rise and rise, up 1.11%. So we're going to go over and look at where the big money is flowing today. The issues have really moved around a lot since I looked at it earlier. Mara Holdings is up close to 15%. Revolution Machines goes into a power zone right here. I guess it was right around on the 4th of September, they went into a power zone, came up here, pulled back to the 20-day, and now it is bouncing. Vita Coco moves to the top of its pivot zone, up about 6% today. Etsy, look at that strong move on Etsy. Pretty huge volume right here. Largest volume in the base over here. Up 14.4% today. Electronic Arts gaps up 4.6% today. Looks like it's been holding in the power zone right here as it moves higher. TKO Group Holdings, look at this earnings for this year. It's supposed to be up 12,725%. Moves up a little over 3% today. And the earnings next year up 111%. Try to adjust the screen here a little bit. Here's Clean Spark. I think with the rise on Bitcoin today, it's up 16% today. Nice cup pattern. Guess you could call this a cup with a handle. Comes back to its 10-day and bounces off its 10-day with pretty strong action there. Chimera Therapeutics, part of the biotech move today, up 2.79%. Looks like it just went into a power zone right about here, 917, and it just keeps on rolling. Shopify pulled back to its 50-day moving average and got a nice bounce today. Did not lose its power zone here as the 10-day remained above the 20-day and the 20 above the 50. It is up 6% today. And Tiger, fintech holding out of China, China-based brokerage, got a nice move up here to its 50-day moving average, up 7%. We'll take a look at Futu. Got a little bit of a bounce there, did pull below the 50-day moving average. It is up 0.91%. We bought this last week, and it kind of pulled back right after our two buys to the 50-day moving average, so we'll continue to watch that. Rocket Lab pulled back right after we bought it, and it is getting a little bit of a bounce today, getting above its 50-day up to the 20-day, up 2.55%. And we looked at Oklo earlier. App also in our portfolio, got a nice move. It's pulling back a little bit. It was keeps bouncing around. It's now above 6% increase. And we got Tem hit our stop right over here. And now it's bouncing back a little bit, so we'll continue to watch that one. AMSC is another one that we're in. Bounces, gets above this $60 here, up 2.82%. And Micron Computer is another one that we have in the semiconductor, gets a nice bounce, gaps up, and is pretty close to its high, up a little over 4% today. So that is what we're looking at in our chart analysis. And now we're going to look at our quote of the day. Quote of the day comes from William Feather. Success seems to be largely a matter of hanging on after others have let go. So hope everybody hangs on to a great week this week. Stay positive, keep smiling, see if you can lift others up, even if all it does is give them a smile or give them a laugh for the day. In the meantime, hope everybody has a great Monday. Take care, and we'll catch you tomorrow.